After resisting a closed-door hearing, fired FBI Director James Comey now backing off. He tweeted, "Grateful for a fair hearing from judge. Hard to protect my rights without being in contempt, which I don't believe in. So we'll sit in the dark, but Republicans agree I'm free to talk when done and transcript released in 24 hours. This is the closest I can get to public testimony," he tweeted.
But are his terms enough for Congress? Elizabeth Price Foley is a constitutional law professor at the Florida University College of Law, and she joins us now to weigh in. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So what's your response to his tweet?
Well, look, he doesn't get to dictate the terms of his being questioned, so this was going to be a private deposition all along. He went to court to try to have it be a public hearing, but it's not a hearing at all. It's a deposition.
Right.
We'll see whether he shows up or not, but if he doesn't, he'll be held in contempt. But he may be hoping to just sort of force the clock on the Republican Congress.
Sure. It was clear that the judge was going to rule against him, and he saw the writing on the wall, and that's why he decided he's going to show up. But, Elizabeth, what do you think the most important thing Republicans can ask him behind closed doors?
Well, I think there's a series of questions they need to get very specific answers to as to the genesis of the Trump-Russia investigation, because I think there's a linkage here between his decision to pull the plug on the FBI's investigation of the Clinton email server and the nearly simultaneous launching of the agency's investigation into the Trump-Russia alleged collusion. So I think they're really going to want to hone in on the specifics about the decision-making and the timing on those two investigations.
I know all the questions, all of his answers will be released to the public, and he is free to talk to the public after the hearings. What can we expect those transcripts to look like?
Well, the transcripts presumably would be complete except for any redactions for purposes of national security or intelligence purposes.
We know what that looks like. Everything's Sharpied out on every page, probably.
It's possible, but I think in a situation like this, most of it will be unredacted, and I think that's in the committee's best interest, because they are actually trying to have some sunshine on this issue. What they're trying to do is sort of preserve the evidence and get him locked into certain testimony, because don't forget U.S. Attorney John Huber, as well as DOJ IG Inspector General Michael Horowitz, are continuing their investigations, and I'm expecting there to be some criminal indictments coming down, perhaps of Comey himself.
I don't know if House Republicans are going to get to the bottom, but do you think the people who are, as you just detailed, Horowitz and Huber, are going to get to the bottom of what really happened?
I think they are, because remember that they both have subpoena authority. The IG Inspector General has subpoena authority for current FBI and DOJ officials, but what Huber adds is he can subpoena people who are former employees of both those agencies, and he also has the authority to issue or to convene a grand jury, and I think that's probably ongoing right now.
All right, stay tuned.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.